Okay. Hello and welcome to the live draw for the Guild Ball Masters Invitational, which is going to be next weekend on Sunday the 10th of July. I have with me my glamorous assistant, my daughter Sophie, who's going to help me with the draw. And behind the camera is Jacob, who you know, so this is who some of you know. So if you know Jacob, this is his little sister, and she's here. If she looks bored, she knows nothing about Guild Ball. She doesn't really like it. It's just one of Daddy's silly games, isn't it? But we want someone impartial to actually do the draw, so I've dragged her along. But she's pleased because she's getting to stay up past her bedtime. So, let me just explain the process. So we've got 4 pots, and we've put the different players into these different pots based on their current rankings. So not the rankings that they had at the point I did the cut-off for the sorting out the invites, but the rankings that they've got currently to try and make them the most up-to-date seedings that we can. So let's just have a quick rundown of who's in each pot. In pot 1, so the top players, or top ranked players currently, we've got all of the top 4 are coming. That's in order: Steve Newton, Ben Allen, Jack Newton and Stephen Easton. And Steve Newton and Ben Allen have accepted their Guildmaster invites, so Steve Newton will be playing Morticians and Ben Allen will be playing the Union. Jack and Stephen Easton have chosen open invites and so are free to choose whatever team they want. Then in pot 2 we've got another 4 excellent players of Guild Ball. We've got Pat Vance, who's got an open invite, Henry Kay also with an open invite, Brad Zalad, who's accepted the Brewers Guildmaster invite, and Chris Tamplin, who's accepted the Alchemists invite. Then on to pot 3. In here we've got Greg Day, who's accepted the Butchers invite, Alex Hall and Chris Hay, who have got open invites, and Rob Barmforth, who has accepted the Masons Guildmaster invite. And then finally in pot 4 we've got 3 players: Andy Morris with an open invite, and then Henry Clark with the Fisherman's Guildmaster invite, and Dustin Jantapur with the Engineers invite. And then finally there's 1 space in pot 4 that is reserved for the person who comes highest at the Masters Open, which takes place the day before on Saturday the 9th. There are still tickets available. If any of you want to get in on that and get yourself the chance of winning that final slot, then have a look on the Facebook page or on the Steamforge forums to how to get yourselves a ticket. And that final slot goes to the highest placed player who hasn't already accepted an invite. So there are a number of the players who have decided to come to both days of the event, and so if they come, if they end up winning or coming in the top few or whatever of the open event, the final slot on that open event of the invitational will be filled by somebody from the open event. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on to making the draws. So on table 1 we're going to have somebody from pot 1 playing against somebody from pot 4. So pot 1, Sophie, let's have a player. Who have we got?
We have Ben Allen.
Okay, so table 1 is going to be Ben Allen playing the Union, and he'll be against somebody from pot 4, which will be
Open winner.
So that's the open winner ticket, so that's the person who is highest placed on Saturday's Masters Open event. So next on to table 2, we're going to take somebody from pot 2 against somebody from pot 3. So from pot 2 we will have
Salad.
Okay. Brad, Salad with a Z, the Brewers player, will be against
Greg Day.
Greg Day with his Butchers. Classic Butchers versus Brewers match. Sure to be plenty of takeouts in that one. So, on to table 3. Again, we're going to do pot 1 versus pot 4. So, player from pot 1 will be
They will be Stephen Easton.
okay, so that's Stephen Easton on table 3. And he will be against Andy Morris. Okay, moving on to table 4. So again, we're going to draw from pot 2 and pot 3. So from pot 2,
We will have Pat Vance.
Pat Vance will play
Alex Hall.
Alex Hall. So Pat Vance versus Alex Hall on table 4. Next, moving on to table 5. So again, we're back to a pot 1 player against a pot 4 player. So from pot 1,
Steve Newton.
Steve Newton, playing his Morticians, will play against
Dustin.
So that's Steve Newton against Dustin Jantapur. Morticians versus Engineers. So, table 6, again from pot 2. Oh, you've got 2 there. Drop 1 back, there we go.
Chris Tamplin.
So, Chris Tamplin with his Alchemists will be playing against
Rob
Bamforth.
Bamforth.
So, that's Rob Bamforth, Masons. Which means now we've only got 1 name in each pot. So, table 7 will be
Jack Newton.
versus,
Versus
stay on camera,
Henry Clark.
so Jack will be playing Henry Clark with his Fisherman. Table 2
Henry Clark.
is Henry K. Let's show the camera, Henry K. Versus
Chris Hay.
versus Chris Hay. So that's a Manchester club match-up in the first round, but I'm not sure, I don't think they've played each other for a while, so I don't think we need to worry too much about a club match-up. And certainly at this level, you play who you're drawn against. So, Chris Hay versus Henry Kay on table 8. So, that's the draw complete. Just give you a quick rundown of it now. That's table 1, Ben Allen versus the Open winner. Table 2 is Brad Zalad versus Greg Day. Table 3, Steve Easton versus Andy Morris. Table 4, Pat Vance versus Alex Hall. Table 5, Steve Newton versus Dustin Jantapor. Table 6, Chris Tamplin versus Rob Bamforth. Table 7, Jack Newton versus Henry Kay. And Table 8, sorry, say that again. Table 7, Jack Newton versus Henry Clark. Table 8, Henry Kay versus Chris Hay. That concludes the draw. So hopefully we'll have some nice, challenging and fun matches Sunday morning when these people get to play against each other. Until then, that's all from me. Good night.